and gentlemen, welcome to the Bad Brad Berkwitt Show on Ringside Report YouTube channel. Now here's your host, who moved to Tulsa, Oklahoma from the East Coast, Bad Brad Berkwitt.
Hello folks, how do you like that for an opening? We already changed up the show from last week. Today though, it's a special day. It's Valentine's Day. My funny Valentine. Wait a second, I can't sing. Why am I trying to sing? I'm the interviewer. I shouldn't be singing. Sorry about that, Frank, but hey, that was a tribute to you, my man. Let's stop talking and let's start the show, so come fly with me. Well, folks, we're here once again in the studio. We got a special guest on today's show. My guest is a welterweight prospect who was 4-0 with 2 KOs, and he hails from Bartlesville, Oklahoma. Yes, there's a Bartlesville, Oklahoma, and I'm learning all of these places. Forget about it. He is also part of the popular 4-state franchise that fights for the most part out of the Buffalo Run Casino and Miami, so you thought I would get that wrong, Miami, Oklahoma. Please welcome to the show, Jarrett Rouse. Hey, Jarrett. How you doing, man?
Very good.
Have a seat. Glad that you made it. Had a good drive up here?
Yep.
Coming from Bartlesville, huh?
Yeah, it didn't take very long at all. It's about an hour.
Didn't run into any cows or anything like that?
Nope.
Okay, I know there was no police on the road because they're all in Tulsa taking care of, traffic violations and so on.
Oh, yeah.
But hey, we've been talking for a while, trying to set this interview up. I'm glad that you finally made it here. Let's start out like this. You were part of a press conference Thursday,
Yep.
okay, at the Buffalo Run Casino with Tony Holden and the other fighters in the franchise. Tell me what was announced at that press conference.
They actually announced Trey's brother, Kenzie Witt. He got accepted onto the team, and they talked about injuries. Trey's actually he re-broke his thumb hitting me. From his previous injury. So they're trying to figure out if he'll for sure be getting a fight on March 7th, but they're pretty sure he is. And Dylan, he won't get to fight again. Okay. He had surgery on his elbow.
Now, Dylan, is that Cook?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Dylan Cook, he was a tendon that kept rolling under his elbow. And they got it backed up where it needs to be. So 100% sure me, Kenzie, and Jesse could fight on the show.
Now, are you fighting the always dangerous TBA, or do you have an opponent? TBA?
Yeah, I usually never know until the week of.
Okay. For folks out there that don't know what the 4-state franchise is, explain that a little bit.
They kind of put a team together for the 4 states, the Joplin, the Bartlesville, and Miami. That whole area for us to fight as a team.
Okay.
And we're actually going to be branching out and doing not community service, but like community acts, going out and talking and bully prevention things.
Okay.
So they're not just having this fight, we're actually going around the whole 4-state and doing things.
Okay. And if I remember correctly, your dad trained you.
Yes, sir.
And he also trains Trey Lippy Morrison and Kenzie. Any of the other fighters, or just the 3 of you?
Just the 3 of us.
Okay, and where do you fight out of?
At Bartlesville.
No, I mean the gym. What's the gym?
It's Team Rouse.
Okay, and that's in Bartlesville, Oklahoma. And what's your dad's name?
Randy Rouse.
Okay, all right. You participated, we have a belt here, which is XFL, which is Dale Paulo Cook, who seems to always come in my interviews somehow. It always ties into Dale. He's like the godfather of Oklahoma, period. Explain this belt to the viewers.
That was I want to say it was my second kickboxing fight.
Okay.
He had me fight for the title.
Okay.
And it actually made a lot of people mad because why is the guy 2 fights getting to fight for the title? But I've had 29 or 30 amateur kickboxing fights that I went undefeated. Okay. And most of them were for Dale. So whenever I went pro, he said I was ready to fight for the title. Okay. So fought for the title and defended it twice since I got it.
Okay. Now, you're boxing. Obviously, we know you're a professional fighter. You're not doing kickboxing as well. You're strictly boxing now, right?
Yeah, just strictly boxing. I tried going back and forth for a couple. The stance.
It gets difficult.
It's a lot different though. When the last kickboxing fight I had, I got kicked a few times that I should have checked.
Okay.
But the weight transfer is just a little different, and I decided to just go straight boxing.
Straight boxing. Okay, and we got another title over here. Explain this one to the viewers.
I won that one actually in Dewey.
Okay.
It was for my amateur. I believe it was my 17th fight.
Okay.
I won it and then defended it through until I turned pro.
Okay. Now, you fought quite a bit as an amateur, so how many years did you fight as an amateur?
About 9 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how old are you?
I'm 24.
Oh, wow. Okay,
Yeah.
You started kind of young then.
Yeah, I
Okay.
started young and I never took it serious.
Okay.
Really, and my mom, she fought. My dad owns
Really?
the gym.
Okay.
She was a IBA World Boxing Champion. She has 2 kickboxing titles herself.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so I mean,
That's cool.
And you would never know. She's 5'3", maybe 100 pounds if she's wet. Sweetest
Wow.
lady, but man, she can.
Don't mess with.
Yeah, she can throw.
Well,
it
we
out.
had Randy Boom Boom Blake on the show last week, and his mother, she didn't compete professionally, but she's got several, I don't know if she has belts, but trophies and all that, and she's tiny and quiet and reserved, and I told her on the show, I need to hire you as my bodyguard, so maybe I need to get your mom and Kim Blake to represent me if I ever get any type of name in this town, to go ahead and stand behind me, because I don't think anybody will mess with me, because they both sound bad to the bone. Now, you did MMA, you did kickboxing, and now you're fighting as a professional boxer. Out of those 3, I don't like to say to me, you don't play any of those. You play football, you play basketball, you don't play kickboxing or MMA to me, or professional boxing. But out of those 3, do you have a favorite?
I like MMA because it's smaller gloves.
Okay.
But at the same time, I like to stand up and fight. I don't like to wrestle. So boxing. I don't know. It's weird. It's not that it's easier. There's less things to worry about. I don't get taken down. I don't get kicked. But at the same time, my last 2 fights, I fought people that were strictly only boxers, and there's a big difference between fighting boxing and kickboxer or boxing and boxer.
Okay.
So it's harder and it's easier at the same time.
Okay.
I don't know if I could pick one.
See, you remind me of me, because I always tell Debbie, I boxed as an amateur years and years and years ago before you were born. And I always said, if you stand up and fight me, I got a real good chance. But if you get me to the ground, it's all over. Because I'm not one of those like Trey. You look at Trey and he looks cock diesel. The guy's, he's built like, a bodybuilder. So he grabs you, you're through. But let's say little, but guys like us, we stand up, we got a good game. You know what I'm saying? Okay, now, one thing that I admire is every time you come into the ring, at least when I've seen you 2 or 3 times, you bring your son with you. You carry your son into the ring. Tell the viewers a little bit about your son and his name.
It's Holden Rouse.
Okay.
And I actually have full custody of him. I've had full custody of him for probably about 2 years now, and he'll be 5 in May.
Okay.
But growing up, when my mom fought, we always came to the ring. Every time we could. She was fighting all over the world, so sometimes we couldn't go.
Okay.
But anytime that there was a chance, we were walking in either holding the belts or her holding us until we got too big. And I don't know, it's a game changer. Him just being there alone, but even being able to come out with me. I fought at the Hard Rock. He wasn't able to go to that.
Okay.
So anytime that he can go, he's definitely.
I admire that. I admire that. I know, being a father myself, my son is probably a little bit older than you, but it's a great feeling. And I watch him. Debbie and I watched him from ringside. And he's in the moment too. You think he was fighting?
Yeah.
It's great. And back to your mom, did your mom fight as a professional? Or did you fight as an amateur?
Professional.
We got to get her on the show. So make sure you tell her that we got to get her on the show.
Yeah.
And her name is
Brenda Rouse.
Brenda Rouse. Okay. And kickboxing, did she fight as a professional boxer or just kickboxing?
Both.
Both? Okay, I'm going to look her up. We got to definitely get her on the show. But on that note, folks, we're going to take a short break for commercials, and we'll be back with welterweight prospect Jarrett Rouse. Health and fitness is everything in life. To achieve both, there is nothing better than a boxing regimen to get you in shape at that special boxing gym. Grimm's Gym is that special place, located at 8010 Clifton Road in Sacramento, California. Grimm's Gym is owned and operated by Mel Walker, a trainer like no other, who will take you on a fitness journey through unconventional training methods that have yielded results for his students time and time again. So call Grimm's Gym, where there are no contracts, at 916-346-4161. Boxing fans, are you searching for a book that is timeless? A book that not only gives a fighter's perspective, but people involved in the sport and Hollywood celebrities who share their love of boxing? Then the book for you is Boxing Interviews of a Lifetime by Bad Brad Berkwitt. To order your copy in hardcover with dust jacket or paperback, go online to authorhouse.com or call 1-888-519-5121. Is your company looking to achieve more of a market share in its respective area, turning exposure into additional revenue? Well then, the Bad Brad Berkwitt Show is the place you want to spend some of your allotted advertising budget. To find out about purchasing your commercial spot on the Bad Brad Berkwitt Show, call the RSR office at 918-893-7997. Folks, we're back with local fan favorite. He's a welterweight boxer. He's 4-0 with 2 knockouts. Jarrett Rouse. And Jarrett, on to the next question. And that is, who is your favorite fighter?
Boxer?
Yep.
I'd have to say Manny Pacquiao.
Okay. I'm glad you said that. So I'm going to ask you the $64 million question. And we already know what that is. Is Manny Pacquiao ever going to fight Floyd Mayweather Jr.?
I think that's up to Floyd.
Okay. And that's what most people think.
Yeah.
Okay. And if they do fight, you're going to be on camera here. What's your prediction?
I'm not a big Mayweather fan.
Okay. I'm not either.
But he's an amazing fighter.
That's where we agree. I don't like him in his personal life, but that's neither here nor there.
Absolutely.
I agree. He's one of the best ever. Not the greatest, but one of the best. But if they fight, styles and all, who would you go with?
I'd go with Pacquiao.
Okay.
He sets an insane pace.
Okay.
He's 100 miles an hour for 12 rounds.
Right.
So if anyone had the chance to beat him, I think it would be him. Being southpaw and everything, it may throw him off just enough. But I'd go with Pacquiao.
Okay.
100%.
And how would you pick him? Decision, knockout?
I think knockout.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Early rounds, mid rounds, late rounds?
Probably mid.
Mid rounds? Mm-hmm. Okay. What is the greatest fight you've ever seen, and why do you pick that fight?
Ward and Gotti.
Okay. All right. Great one. Trilogy. Which one of the trilogy? Because there was 3.
The second and third one.
Okay.
Not the one when he broke his hand, which that was an amazing one too.
Okay. Ward took the first one, and then Gotti won the second and third.
Yeah, I mean, any of them, they just, I don't know how somebody can take that damage and even be up, and especially the one when Gotti got caught with that body shot and went down. And not only stood, but 30 seconds later was dominating that round.
Great trilogy.
Oh yeah.
Great fight. What is one thing you can share with the viewers that really isn't known about you? It can be anything.
That's a hard question.
Don't incriminate yourself.
Yeah, no. I don't know. I'm really not much of a fighter.
Okay. You a lover, not a fighter?
I'm definitely a lover, not a fighter, which is crazy because a lot of people that know me, like socially, that didn't really know I fought before I got a little more known. They didn't believe it whenever I told them that's what I'd done, that I fought. And so it's crazy. And I mean, I'm always trying to avoid fights. And there's a lot of people that like, oh, you're a fighter. And I'm just like, no. So it's kind of weird being. As much as I love the sport, I love to fight. But at the same time,
you're completely different. Well, I tell you what, my man Chico Sherwood, who came that you met, it's coming on the next show. We covered your last fight, and when we interviewed you, if I had to pick out 3 people in a lineup and say who was the fighter, I wouldn't have picked you. because you're laid back, you're really, really quiet. But when you turn that on and you go in the ring, it's night and day. You go in there, you're coming in to kick somebody's butt, which is always amazing to me about fighters who are completely different. And in any professional sport, but especially in a contact sport, who are completely different. You're definitely one of those guys. Now, who's your favorite actor?
Will Smith.
Okay. Favorite movie?
Ooh. I'd probably say The Notebook.
Okay. Why are you a little? The women are loving picking The
Yeah.
Notebook. I mean, that's all right. You can pick The Notebook.
I've always caught
Okay.
drama over the saying The Notebook.
Okay. Favorite singer? I hear Garth Brooks in the back of my backyard saying, "If you don't say me, you're not getting tickets to my next concert."
No, I listen to everything. There's
Right.
like one thing I don't listen to.
Your musical taste is eclectic.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I don't know if I could just
Pick one?
person. Yeah.
Okay. If you could meet one person, doesn't have to be sports, could be any person from any time in history, who would you like to meet, and what would be the first question for them?
It's even a harder question. I'd probably like to meet Ali. He's not dead.
No, he's still around.
Well, that
He's
shows
still
how
around.
smart I am.
That's all right.
Didn't he go through some?
Yeah, he recently was sick in the hospital, and he was with pneumonia. You want it? You can say Muhammad Ali, that's fine.
Either Ali or Pacquiao.
Okay, and what would you ask him?
Can I be your new training partner? Especially for
Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, he might kick your butt, but he's going to make you a better fighter.
Oh,
I knew people that trained back in the day when Oscar was on top of his game, and they got their butts beat, but it made him a better fighter.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, and finally, the last question. What is the saying you live your life by, if you have one?
I don't really have one. I don't know. Don't let anything stress you out, really.
Okay.
A lot of people look at me like I'm almost weird because I don't show a lot of emotions.
Okay.
I don't know. I just don't let things get to me.
Okay. There's nothing bad with that. There's nothing bad with that. And what I want you to do is look at the camera, and since you got a fight coming up March 7th, correct? Send out a message to your family, your friends, and your fans. Go ahead and look right at the camera.
Yeah, I got a fight March 7th, and I just want to thank my family for backing me because I could not do it without everybody helping me out and all my supporters and sponsors. You guys are amazing, and I thank you for everything.
All right, folks. Well, there's another show in the can, as we say. And we did a new opening. We're continuing to bring you popular boxers in the Oklahoma area. I know it's hard to believe that I'm not in New York City anymore. Forget about it. I'm in Oklahoma. So you need to accept the fact that I'm here and no longer there. And you know what, folks? I love it here. There's no traffic. The cost of living is a fraction of what it cost me on the East Coast. Forget about it. And the people, even though I love the people on the East Coast, because I know I have an East Coast mentality, I love, and Debbie behind the camera just rolled her eyes. You can't see that, but I'll tell you that, folks. But I love it here. The people are just, they're the greatest. And the more and more I get out and I meet more people out there, I love it. And on that note, as Frank Sinatra sang so eloquently so many years ago, the best is yet to come. Bad Brad